Morning, beautiful people. Good morning. It's 7:03 in the morning, so I'm just 3 minutes shy after our scheduled live stream. So I'm already on the road here, and I'm gonna slow down because I have folks walking here on the road this morning. This is small town Virginia. So good morning. Let me station this phone properly. I had adjusted it a little bit so that I could show you those couple or those ladies, older ladies walking there for their morning stroll. So welcome, 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 welcome. I'm making sure my audio is on and everything is okay. So let's see. Yeah, good morning. So, guys, I'm coming to you live from Virginia, USA, and I'm on the road. I just started my trip, my commute to work from my house, and I'm hitting the road. We're headed to work from here in the city of Charlottesville, Virginia. I'm sorry, I always get these two twisted up. From the city of Harrisonburg, Virginia, the friendly city, driving to the city of Charlottesville where I work. I think I have enough gas to make it there. If not, I might have to stop somewhere to get gas. I just made a very sharp turn here that was unsavory, but all in all, we shall keep going. All right, so welcome guys. So I'm a small content creator, originally from Kenya, here in a small town Virginia, and I produce I produce lifestyle content, travel vlogs, do-it-yourself home projects, and so forth. So if you're brand new here to our channel, welcome. I'm coming to you live this morning because I want to share something that has continues to touch me over the last two weeks, I think. Yeah, so we'll be sharing here in a few as I'm waiting to see if we're gonna have some folks join us. So as I mentioned, also we are on the road, so you're gonna see me sipping some coffee and having a bagel and a banana here on the road. But welcome to my morning walk commute. It's gonna be about an hour, so sit back, relax. If you are a returning subscriber and you have questions, or you want to know more about our channel, our growth, and what we are doing in 2025 as we're being purposeful and intentional in our content creation, kindly drop a comment or come on and let's chat. So you get to have all your answers in this live stream here. So we're gonna be about an hour. It is 7:06 in the morning. 7:06 in the morning. I'm live streaming live from my phone. Just a disclaimer as we get on the road. I'm driving on Interstate I-81 south from Harrisonburg to towards Stanton, and then I'm gonna hop on Route 64 east to Charlottesville. So in between that commute, we have, or at least some connection, patchy or very iffy. So if I lose connection for a little bit, it will buffer a little bit and then it will kind of continue. I'm hoping that we're going to be smooth sailing all the way from the city of Harrisonburg to Charlottesville. So welcome as we wait to see who else is going to join us, as we want to just quickly touch on the impact of one great YouTuber from Kenya, East Africa, here in a second. Okay, so I am sipping my morning coffee. I had a late start this morning. I had set my alarm clock. I was actually going to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, Eastern Pacific time here in small town Virginia, and I was gonna actually run and have a quick morning workout for about an hour. The gym usually opens around 5:15 in the morning, and then I was gonna hop on here, chit chat with you guys before we make it to work. But all in all, I'm just thankful and grateful for the beauty of a good health and good life. So I'm grateful all the same. So if we did not make it in the gym this afternoon, I am going to try to attempt having to leave work a little bit early so that I can make my goal, which was that I wanted to make it an exercise in the gym a little bit. If you have been one of our loyal subscribers of our team Chacha Unlimited, you definitely see that at the beginning of 2025, we put together and set some goals that we wanted to accomplish, and we're steadily growing on those goals. We're grateful for all the new family members, our new subscribers that are coming and joining us here on this channel. We're really, really, really grateful for each and every one of you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't take any one of you for granted. I really appreciate it, and I always try to return the favor or reciprocate. That if I have a subscriber, I make sure that I also subscribe back to you. Even if you don't create content, I always subscribe back to your channel because I always believe in the power of giving back. So if you're taking the time to say, hey, I like your content and I'm checking you out and I'm going to support you, so I always kind of return that favor, because I feel like for small YouTubers that we're still growing and still trying to get to our milestones of reaching 1,000 subscribers and getting those watch hours, that we gotta keep supporting each other on the journey to growth. We are learning slowly, purposefully, trying to produce and create content that is engaging, that's entertaining. Personally, when I'm producing a video, this is a challenge that I got when I started this channel by one of my loyal subscribers. They challenged me that what was the impact of what I wanted my channel to be. And from that day forward, I have always thought about what is it the message that I'm trying to send? What is this channel about? So my purpose is to inspire you to move boldly from the sidelines of being a spectator and coming into the fold of being a participant, to being a doer, a change maker. I'm just passing here. This is a tractor trailer. I'm usually very iffy about tractor trailers. And I'm also going to be hopping on from one of these main roads onto the interstate here in just a few. So I'm just wheezing and changing through these lanes. But we are actually going to be hopping here. That mile marker is a route, interstate I-81, and this is going to be south towards Stanton. As you see over there, the blue and white marked lanes. I don't know if you can see the one that says 682 right over here, right over there. This one that I'm passing. So this is the ramp to interstate I-81. So I just flipped the camera here to just give you the view. It is a Wednesday morning and traffic doesn't look super bad, but we don't know until we get onto the main highway. I already see a lot of tractor trailers everywhere. So it could be a busy commute. So I'm merging onto I-81 here from Harrisonburg as we hit the road. So officially, we're on the main interstate highway. The speed limit is 70 miles per hour, which I think it's maybe about 130 kilometers per hour, but I could be wrong. Just so you can Google that out and check out for me and let me know in the comment section what the speed limit is. Okay, so let me actually take a bite of my bagel and then we're gonna get into discussing a little bit. All right, I'm just taking my sip of my coffee and a bite of my bagel. So I usually just have a plain. It's actually a cinnamon. What is it? Cinnamon swirl bagel. I usually use cream cheese, strawberry cream cheese with a bagel, just plain with cream cheese, and then I have with coffee and 1 or 2 bananas. That usually consists of my breakfast in the morning. So yeah, so that's what I have here. Yeah, so anyways, welcome. If you're watching this live stream after we have aired, I want to thank you for checking it out, and kindly, if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and like, and also share and leave a comment. When you are able to like or share or even leave a comment, you're doing me a great favor. What do I mean? You do me a favor by when you engage with the content, basically it helps the mechanism of the YouTube algorithm, which sounds like it's like a very complicated thing, but really it's not. It's consider this like every time you watch a video on YouTube, right after you watch this video, another video is either gonna, if you have your YouTube on autoplay, it's gonna switch to the next video, or it's gonna recommend and say you, hey, here on the right hand corner, click here. Do you want to watch this? So basically, it's videos or content recommended to you by your interest and by what you watch. If you happen to watch something that you click on something that you don't even like, you might find that you're getting a lot of traffic to your channel. And this also happens on TikTok. It happens on Instagram. The algorithm is basically based on what your search history is, what you watch. And hear that on platforms like TikTok, they have perfected the art of basically their goal is to keep you on their platform. So if you watch a 30-second video that has a specific topic or niche, it will recommend the next one, and it will keep you. The goal is for them to keep you scrolling and scrolling, because if you think about it, the content that you consume on YouTube, on using Facebook, using TikTok, using Instagram, you don't pay a fee unless like you are a high up marketer or someone who has that type of dough to drop to have a membership. They are basically making money from advertising based on your interest and what you watch and so forth. So that's why they have invested so much money in the machinery, in advanced artificial intelligence, to basically make sure that whatever you are clicking or whatever, how much time you're spending on a video, also it can calculate and tell you all that. So when you see certain content getting pushed towards your channel, towards your platform, be it on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, it's basically based on what you have clicked on and what you're watching, what you're searching, and so forth. So my appeal to you is kindly like and share and comment, because when you're doing that, you're also giving the huge mechanism of YouTube, the algorithm, the ability to also recommend my video and share it with other amazing viewers like yourself. So when you do that, you're doing me a huge favor. I see through my analytics, Google, which is the owner company of YouTube, basically analyzes and provides feedback and statistics of how your content is doing as a content creator, what you know, how many people are watching, who the age demographic, where they're watching from. So all this information is provided for us as content creators to basically have an idea of how we can scale up or improve our channel and also bring amazing content to our viewers. So for me, my appeal to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, to my amazing subscribers, if you're already a subscriber or if you're brand new here, is drop a comment, like and share. That way you're engaging with our content, and it allows us to be able to grow, and our videos gets recommended to other amazing viewers like yourself. So thank you. If you're joining this live stream, we are here to touch base a little bit on the amazing progress that is happening with one of the amazing content creators from Kenya. His name is Ayamara. power to you, brother. Power to you, brother. This gentleman is the reason why I have a YouTube channel. I got inspired to be a content creator because I saw the impact of what he was doing. I'm also in traffic, so I just want you to see what is happening in front of me. So as I'm talking to you, I'm also kind of multitasking. So this gentleman is the reason why I became a content creator. I'm here in a small town, Virginia, in the city of Harrisonburg, and so I started watching Ayamara about 2 years ago after one of my friends recommended his videos, and then I realized this gentleman is actually from my community back home in Kenya. And through watching him and seeing the impact of what he's been able to do of shaping other content creators, actually simple people from the village, some of them have gone to school, some of them have not gone to school, but he taught them the power of telling stories and creating content on YouTube. And through that, he's managed to change so many lives. And right now, there's a series of videos that is going on that started with this young kid who is 14 years old. His name is Brian, who ended up basically this kid comes from nothing. This kid comes from poverty. He reminds me so much of my own self and where I came from. I was born in a small village in Kenya, close to where Ayamaro comes from. And my early formative years in Kenya, in a village, we were living in the countryside, poor. We did not have any much. My grandfather was a farmer, so we grew up on a farm. Huge land, not a farm like in a typical setting, like what a typical farm looks like here in small town Virginia, but where you basically wake up in the morning and you're living off the land, you're living off the grid, you're keeping cows, goats, sheep, tilling the land, farming. Those old days, they used to be tobacco farmers, and they also used to raise share crops like corn, which is maize. So we grew up off the land, eating fresh foods, never had so many issues, and we were content and we were peaceful. But from those simple circumstances is where this young kid called Brian is coming from. So he ended up going to Maro's compound, and this kid, of course, has high ambitions and dreams and whatnot. And so who doesn't want a phone? So this kid was caught stealing a phone. Mara did a story about it, but the outpour and the outcry from the international viewership community of Team Mara, this gentleman has over 500,000 subscribers. So if you want to help him get to 1 million subscribers, kindly go check him out. I'm not promoting him or showing any hate, and I'm not a reactor in a sense. This is an appreciation video of Ayamaro, but also wanting to really share how much this series of videos of Brian have inspired me, and also shows you that you cannot stop this gentleman. There's so much hate and backlash that I don't even understand what's happening, but I've also felt that personally when I have done live streams of controversial topics here that ended up bringing so much negativity into the channel while I was live streaming, to a point where if I was kind of shaky, I would have probably lost my grasp easily, but I didn't. So why am I talking about Mr. Ayamaro? So let's first take a step. And we're sipping some coffee, and let's show you the front view of where we're headed. So this is Interstate I-81 South. We are nearing the city of Stanton, Virginia. So I was sipping some coffee there, taking a bite of my bagel, and also kind of taking a moment to just take a deep breath to kind of recollect my thoughts a little bit. So yeah, so we are live streaming here in Virginia, USA, on Interstate I-81. This is a major traffic highway. I will be getting off in the next 10 minutes. No, actually 5-7 minutes. I'll be getting off onto Route 64 East towards the city of Charlottesville. So, the reason for this live stream, as you see by the title, it's an appreciation live stream to one of Kenya's biggest YouTubers, Mara. He's a lifestyle content creator. That is the reason that I am a content creator today, because he also inspired me to, as I share in the motto of my channel, to boldly move from being a spectator to being a participant. I decided to also connect and tell stories as we grow our community of our Chacha Unlmtd. So yeah, so the story of Brian, the boy that ended up at his compound stole. Mara did a video about him. The video did pretty well. He got a lot of outpour from people, and even for myself, when we're dealing with young people or juveniles here that are under the age of 18, usually it's a very iffy subject of doing, like, even for me, I do content and showcase my son, but I'm also very iffy about protecting his privacy and whatnot, because at one point he could grow up and say, hey, Pops, why did you put me on social media? I did not. But all in all, kids or juveniles are usually kind of like a little taboo in terms of exposing them on and putting their information out there. Even when a kid is caught with having made a mistake or committed an offense here, typically their names are protected unless they're over the age of 18. So this video about Brian touched a lot of people across everywhere from the world. And even for me, what I realized is this kid reminded me so much of myself, and it's all about poverty. And this kid just wanted to have those things, but also, you know, there were some other underlying issues that with the help of Marwa and the international viewership community, that is Team Chacha and Team Mara and all the other big YouTubers from Hispania and Yabuhansi, Kenya, are reaching out, wanting to contribute and donate to make a difference in this young man's life. Because I personally believe, and this is a quote by Nelson Mandela, I think it's not by Nelson Mandela, I think it's by Lauryn Hill, the singer slash hip-hop artist. I think she once said, the only difference that separates a kid that is born in a village in Kenya and a kid that is born in a village in Manhattan, New York, is access. Access to opportunities, access to education, access to love. And that is so very true. We have a lot of talented young people across the globe that lack resources and opportunities for them to prevail and succeed and do so much more. And a lot of that access depends on money. And so from the outpour of the international community that is Team Mara, the travel commander, the reason why we have a YouTube channel, you folks have really came through, donated some money and wanting to see change in this young man's life. His name is Brian. But also through his story, as Mara followed up with trying to get to the root cause of where is this kid coming from, what's really happening, why did he come to my compound. But also that is the global reach of his community, and that's why there's a lot of squabbles and a lot of little petty stupidity that is happening in Yabuhansi, that sometimes you sit back and look at it, it's like you have very small-minded people, especially some of the small content creators that he helped grow up. And this is not I'm not a reactor, I'm not throwing shade at anybody, but you don't bite the hand that feeds you. You don't You know what I mean? It's like someone took their time. And also, this gentleman is very generous. He is very generous. He's like a billionaire, but he opens up his house to let normal, simple people come and hang out, and content creators can go film videos. Do you think Mr. Beast or all the big YouTubers you would ever step a foot in their compound? But Mara knows the power of his global outreach and his impact, and he's trying to change that mentality. However, he's getting so much pushback from people that are so narrow-minded and so stupid. I hate to use that type of negativity, but it is really stupidity. There's never going to be progress in our country and in our spaces if we let this type of narrow-mindedness divide us, especially in our African communities where we really need change. So for me, I've been inspired by this series of videos and what is happening. Mara is unstoppable. He's unstoppable. And for those of you who are sending money from Europe, sending money from the US to basically pay these small YouTube reactors to talk shade or to make accusations about what's happening, shame on you. Shame on you. If you really wanted to make an impact and really wanted to make change, for instance, here in small town USA, you have homeless people, you have people that have nothing, you have people that you can drive and you can walk through the streets and you see people that are living from hand to mouth, people that are have been evicted from their places. Why don't you make and start change by making those small changes? Why are you paying someone in the village who doesn't even understand the consequence of their actions or what they are doing? Okay, so sorry guys, traffic is a little slow here, and also yeah, I'm just also taking a beat here to breathe and whatnot. Yeah, but it looks like traffic is definitely very thick over here. So we right now we are on Route 64 on our drive to work. It is about 7:30 in the morning, 7:30 in the morning, and we are on Route 64. We are about half an hour away from our commute to work. So I want to say thank you for joining us. And if you are watching this after it has aired, I'm really grateful for each and every one of you guys. Thank you. Team Chacha Unlmtd, thank you, fam. I really appreciate you guys always coming back, checking our content out and whatnot. So getting back to my topic. So all these small reactors that are getting paid by these sponsors from outside of Kenya or even Kenya, because they don't like the impact of what this gentleman Ayamaru is doing. Look, this dude has already traveled to over 70 different countries. So trust me, he's not begging or asking you for your single cent. There's a video that he did once. He was actually, I think it was 2 years ago, he was coming from Kenya, coming to the US, and he got stopped, I think it was LaGuardia Airport in New York City through customs. And this gentleman had 10,000 USD cash in his with his luggage, and he got stopped and pulled over because they were kind of suspecting maybe he's a drug dealer or something like that. But he showed the custom officers in the video of how he actually makes his money. He didn't show us he didn't go into his Google account to actually show us how much he was making a month. But this dude probably makes more than 10,000 USD a month on those videos. Go look at his videos. He's hitting 60, 50,000 views in a day of a video. Do you really think that he's wanting your small change of $5 or $10? What the heck does he want to do with that? Huh? He's already traveled across the globe. He lived in Colombia. He started a YouTube channel. He grew. By the time he made so much money and had traveled all over the world, he realized that a man is not an island by himself, that he needed to also change. And he had the choice to either choose to live in a big city or live in Europe, live in Spain, but he decided to bring back and invest back in his home community. And that is the dream, and that is the goal, that even before I started watching Ayamara, I, as a Kenyan living in America, the dream has always been Africa. From the very get-go of where we came from coming to America when I was in my late teens to now, the goal has always been to invest back home. And I have already invested back home. I have invested in my mom, I've invested in my brothers, I've invested in my sisters, because through education, through renovating their housing spaces and so forth, there's so much. Even sometimes 2-3 years ago, I did a huge investment that I took on a huge financial beat to really support my family big time back home in Kenya. And I wish at that time I was a content creator, because I would have been producing construction videos. Like we did so much construction for a period of 6 months to over a year, that if I was a content creator, that was a gold mine of content that I would have shared with you. But everything happens for a reason. That's just me being nostalgic. Everything does happen for a reason, and we are here as content creators now because of where we are, and it's a journey. There's no shortcuts to success. That's the message I would have for the small reactors, those people that surrounded themselves by the greatness of Maro in his compound and everything else. I have been to this compound. This channel was launched at Maro's compound in 2024, July 19 of 2024. Go back and watch my original content when I started. I think it was like maybe the third or fourth video, but my original day that I started my YouTube channel, July 19th of 2024, that's the day I decided. I recorded a short video saying, welcome, we are launching, or we're going live with Chacha Unlmtd. And then right after that, that same day, we made our way down to Maro's compound and to Villa Medellin. We had an appointment. And actually, the video that he shouted me in the video he was doing that day, he was actually saying that he was so tired of these small people that are showing up on his compound, abusing him, taking advantage of his generosity and his community. And so I was kind of like the last person that was given a free shout out, basically to be featured on his channel. Go watch my video, and I'll go watch the video that he did on that day of July 19th. I appeared in that video and whatnot. But what did I expect? I thought that I'll shout out, I was gonna make it. I was gonna be a star overnight, or I was gonna get the number of subscribers we need. But I learned after I started posting videos, after I started creating content, getting comfortable behind the camera, editing and putting everything together, that it's not that easy, ladies and gentlemen. It's not that easy. 1,000 miles journey begins with just a single step. So me stopping at Ayamaro was just one single step. Now that I have all the tools and arsenals and I know what I need to do, I am steadily growing, not being jealous, not being envious of anybody, but staying in my lane, moving, creating content, finding out my niche, finding out what you as my viewers like and whatnot. So I say all this to just bring it back, to bring back into it, the whole thing into perspective. This gentleman is doing an amazing thing. What he's doing right now for Brian and his grandmother, they are going to build a house within, his goal is to have that house completed in less than 10 days. But there's some things that happen here and there, but I believe that it will happen. Because this guy, when he sets his mind to doing something, like that is the same amount of energy that I move with. I believe that when I make moves or when I do something, you don't need to advertise or tell everybody your business. I don't believe in that. Or when you decide to help somebody, you don't need to be shouting at the top of the roof that, hey, look what I'm doing. So when he puts his mind to doing something, he does it and he commits. That is the difference that you're going to see him and all those other small reactors that are getting sponsored by these people. I want to call them losers, because how you are living your affluent life in America, whatever you're doing, or in the UK, in Canada, but you have so much negativity and hate for this guy who came from nothing, in Africa, in a village, and he has shown you method by method, step by step, of how he began as he's not telling you. He has shown you. Go back and watch his video from the very beginning. Look at where he is now. You build your global brand through transparency, because everything you post on social media and Facebook, on YouTube, all his videos are there. So why all the hate and shade when this guy is building community? He's building Africa. Mara, keep going, keep pushing. I want to see Brian's and Rama's house completed, because it's so much inspiration. And for all the people that are supporting and wanting this to succeed, may you be blessed. May God bless you all and continue to support and changing people's lives, because that's what empathy is. That's the power of our coming together. I believe I come from a small community in Kenya, and I grew up believing in community. I remember even as a child, if I messed up in school, by the time I got home, I would have already gotten through the hands of my neighbors. I would already got into the hands of my aunties, my uncles, who were like, what did you do at school again? Everyone took an initiative to make sure